Hey guys, welcome to the Geek Saga. Normally, I know we have the Midweek Geek, but we are doing something totally different and we are bringing us all together under one roof. This is the Geek Saga. With, of course, I'm your host, Eugene, along with my other co host right there, David. What's going on?
Wrong
So,
side, Gene. Wrong side. There
That's
you go.
yeah,
Yep.
there we go.
I feel like we're doing a Brady Bunch thing because then it's like, and down here is Dennis, the one with curly hair. The one with golden curl. What? How was it? How was the Brady Bunch song?
The youngest one in curls.
Oh, the youngest one in curls. Well,
Yeah.
actually, David is the youngest one, so
And I have
yeah,
curly hair, but
he
we'll
does
move away from that.
down there.
Hey, all right.
So, guys, we are actually happy to be here. So, if you guys have never heard us before, normally the Geek Saga is on, as we're going to do a shout out, on Comic Con Radio and comiccon-radio.com. We're part of that family. And normally you just hear me and David, and we're two salty veterans that are talking about all things geek. We even have a new song that my friend Chat has put together, and I might even read a couple of those verses off because I was like excited about that.
Bible verses from the devil.
The devil wrote it for us, and even actually wrote a lot of the segment that we're going to be talking about today. So we love the devil.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I did all the work myself.
Oh yeah. And then also on top of that, normally you would see me and Dennis. Which way are you, Dennis? More that way or this way?
Straight down. Straight down.
Straight down.
Down
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
left to you.
So normally me and Dennis would do the midweek geek and all that other stuff. So we're putting it all together, bringing it under one roof, and now we are truly going live with the Geek Saga. You will get news updates, video games, movies, comic books, everything. On top of that, we're going to be throwing more stuff up on TikTok, which I hate. That's the devil. That's what I'm going to say. It is. It's totally the devil.
I still haven't downloaded it yet, so.
Well, don't. It's okay. But
It's a rabbit hole. I don't know if it's the devil, but you'll definitely get sucked in.
dude,
Yeah. I mean, if you can waste as much time on Reddit, then it's probably of Satan.
Equal. It's equal.
well, the thing is, so I went on there because I was like, oh, the backdoor boys were like asking what kind of videos do we want to put up on our TikTok. I told them I want video game stuff, and these two kids, which are bigger than probably all three of us. They're big kids. They're big kids.
They are big. They are big
They are.
dudes.
They're big dudes, and they're funny kids. And they asked, well, what is it that you guys, what is it that you want us to do? So I was like, oh, let me send you guys an example. And I got on there, and I'm like, TikTok. First video went up, and it's like some chick is yelling at a cop about something stupid, and I was like, click on
I know,
that.
right?
And then I clicked on something else, and I was like, dude, I went down a hole for about half an hour, and I was like, oh shoot, I got to send this off to these guys. So, I'm telling you, it's the devil. It is the devil.
All right. It's your
Yeah.
idle hands that are the devil, my friend.
Well, yeah, that too, but I got what I needed to get out to them. So as I said, this format is going to be a little bit different because this is going to also be going up onto Comic Con Radio, and it looks like if we can keep it going, it's going to be up the next Friday. So not this Friday, but the next Friday. And for those of you guys that don't know what Friday this is, don't worry about it because this doesn't go up till the next Friday. And
When you hear us, we're up.
yeah, once we hear, when I wake up, I'm up.
Yeah, that's right.
More than one way. So this is what we're doing. This is what we wanted to do, and I'm actually really happy to have my double D's on because it's exciting. Been working on that one all day, and I had to use it. I got DP and DC.
Wow. So not only did he throw the double D, but then he said DP.
That's right. I don't know about you, man. This is a family show.
I'm firing, man. They're going on. Look at that. Coming out like nothing, Holmes. So, all right, guys. So you're here to hear about geek news. You don't want to see, or you probably don't want to hear much of me anymore. So let's move into the first segment, which I don't have a sound for, but I do have this cool little thing. So we're gonna get into.
Kids don't know what that
Geek.
means, man.
Oh, shut up! You do know.
Wow.
I said
Kids.
kids.
Wayne's
Kids
World.
don't know
Wayne's
what that
World.
means.
Well, the kids may not know, but you know what that means.
I know what that
you
means.
do.
That's
Well,
right.
So,
Wayne.
which you know what? That would be funny to put on this the opening of this segment as it comes up the geek news. Yeah, I got to do that. I'm going to do that. So, anyways, into the geek news, and this is something that I know that David and actually, you know what, David and Dennis have been both waiting for as far as this game that we are going to talk about. And
No, that's you guys. That's you guys.
No, this game is something you've been waiting for too. I know you have. No, don't lie. You said you're going to steal your kid's Switch to play it.
Hey, I never said anything about that.
All right, so let's move in and look at this, man. Production value, total production value right here. Bam, I got a slide.
Dang, you did work today, dude. I like it.
I did. All I did was throw a picture in there and then copy paste stuff. But I mean, look at that. That looks pretty cool. I like it.
All right.
So move into it,
yeah,
David.
They're certainly going for the epic teaser for the box art, you know.
Oh yeah, they're definitely leaning back to the beginning of the story. You know, they're going back to the Skyward Sword. We're going back to the sky, and we're doing this whole upper lower worlds kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did a whole treatment. I wrote this whole paragraph paper about this game. So let me touch on some of the things that we've got going on here.
Wait.
And
you better pay homage to who helped write that. Otherwise, they're going to shut all our electronics down. You know that.
You're a liar. All right. Eugene went on ChatGPT and cheated his way through this, and then I was like, that doesn't sound like us.
Whoa.
So I rewrote a lot of it because, you know, it's not the way we talk. We don't talk that way. So Tears of the Kingdom's coming out May 12th. If you've already preloaded it, you will be able to play the game as soon as it launches. Just a quick blurb about it. It's a highly anticipated sequel to Breath of the Wild, which launched side by side with the Nintendo Switch and was ported over from the Wii U in 2017. So we've been waiting since then for a sequel. A quick overview. The world's torn asunder. We have pieces of Hyrule floating in the sky. Link is still our protagonist. We're still moving forward with his story and the Breath of the Wild storyline. We don't know if we're coming in before or if we're coming in after, but it's definitely a continuation of that storyline. How do you feel about this game, Eugene? Like, what are you looking forward to, or are you just whatever? When it comes out, it comes out.
Do you want the honest truth?
Yeah.
Or should I just lie?
Dude, we want the truth.
I haven't finished Breath of the Wild.
Okay, take him off the screen. Dennis, moving on to you. Bigger and better people.
All right, so cards on the table. This one I'm gonna probably be getting into kind of late. It'll probably be out for at least 2-3 days before I'll get a chance to really play it because of Diablo 4's server slam is coming up in that same period, and so I'm going to be doing that. But that being said, I'm super excited for this one, mainly just because so far it looks like they're taking everything that made Breath of the Wild the amazing game that it was and kind of adding on to it. So we're getting new ways to traverse the world. There's going to be not only the same mechanics of the glide mechanics, but we're actually going to have mounts that you'll be able to traverse from these different areas that you had mentioned, parts of Hyrule that are literally up in the sky now. I mean, it's so cool when they add new ways to explore the world. They're giving the players more mechanics to work with. They're giving us, more areas to explore. It's gonna be an awesome game. I have no doubt that this is definitely going to it's gonna be a worthy successor. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So no, it's super exciting though. Super exciting.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I've been waiting for this game since shortly after Breath of the Wild dropped. I played through that game. I think I put like 200 or 300 hours into it.
That's a
but
lifetime, Holmes.
not for you. It's a drop in the bucket. But some of the mechanics we are going to get that have been revealed, we have the recall, which is a way to send items back into the sky that have fallen to Hyrule. There's a new fuse ability. You can take sticks, fuse them with stones, and make makeshift hammers and stuff like that to fight against the other monsters. There's an ultra hand ability, which is basically a new crafting mechanic. We did the cooking in the first one, and now you can actually like take a couple logs and 2 leaves and make a raft out of them, and then traverse the world that way as well. And then the ascend ability, which is your way from the floor back into the sky, right? So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I don't know if you've been keeping up with like the daily news of what Nintendo's been doing in the background, but a couple months ago, or yeah, about a month and a half ago, they shrank the game down about 2 gigs. So everyone was like, "Oh, they took everything away. It's going to be smaller. It's not going to be as cool." And then just a day or two ago, they've already antiquated the cartridge itself. So you buy the cartridge, you have to plug it in and wait for the new download to update because it's already 1.1.1.
Oh,
Wow.
So
Yeah,
so okay. That brings up an interesting kind of a rabbit hole to fall into that I don't know if we necessarily want to talk about right now, but just the whole idea of the day one patch. That, I mean,
right. And it's not even a
is
day 1 patch. It was like a day -4 patch.
but for anybody who's going to be getting a physical copy of the game,
You gotta wait to even play.
that
Still.
stings a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, that kind of stings. Although it is for the better. I mean, it's for the quality of life of the game. It's worth it, but that's kind of harsh. I mean, the industry as a whole right now is taking a big hit with a lot of people, being very vocal about the fact that, a lot of these developers are releasing games and they're not done. And we're talking about AAA titles, not even, discount
Pokemon Violet,
titles.
Scarlet, like, still runs at like, I don't know, you get drops into the 20 frames at 60. So, and that game still hasn't been patched. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to patch it. Game Freak is like, you're going to buy it anyways. We're $1 billion company. Who cares?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So some people who are reviewing the game right now were saying that the update came because there was frame rate issues. There was graphical things that were happening. And unlike the first one where it was ported from the Wii U onto the Switch, so it ran perfectly on the Switch because it was stronger, made for the Switch and it was having frame rate issues. So the update was, I have it written down right here. Some people think it was the implementation of the AMD FSR 1.0, and that's what helps sharpen the image, smooth out the frame rate. I think it was just the quality of life thing, just maybe compression or adding some more stuff to it. I think AMD FSR is something that's probably like day one. It came with the cartridge too, but who knows? I mean, how do you feel about buying a copy of the game and it being outdated? I downloaded it.
See,
so.
Again, you even mentioned it. If they're not going to have any intention on fixing the game, are you still going to buy it? Yeah, probably, because they've already proven in the past that the formula that they have is still enough of a draw that the game's going to get sold. So
I
feel like it's a catch-22. I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
But you already said that you're going to probably not get to it for several days because of Diablo and all that stuff. Someone like me, who I am going to buy it so I could have it, by the time I actually finally get to play it, it'll be like...
they may have patched all of this stuff already. Yeah,
patched all the way up. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't really miss anything.
Yeah.
except for the
I mean,
glitch bugs.
that's exactly what happened for me with Cyberpunk 2077. By the time I downloaded the game and played it, they had pretty much fixed almost all of the bugs that people were complaining about. I never had an issue with the game, and I was
Yeah,
playing it on a Series X.
I was in the same boat. Yeah.
So we're gonna move on because we pretty much kind of have to. We only got an hour, guys, on this one. Unfortunately, we got to boom, 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 boom. So Breath of the Wild. What else, David? Anything else that you got on that? The Devil's Paper that you have?
No, we touched everything on there. Just if you're excited about it, put something in the chat. If you're not excited about it, ignore it. Just keep listening to us talk about other things.
Yeah, and release date is May 12th, so it's coming up really soon for us. Right now, when you guys hear this, it'll probably already be out, and by that time, we'll have 50 patches to it. So, and of course, the only place you can play it, Nintendo Switch. So
That's right.
there you go, guys. So moving on to the next thing, which is something that's going on currently and has been going on since the 2nd of this month, which we've now going into almost 2 weeks of it. Oh, shoot. Hit it. There we go. The writer's strike. So right now it says all TV shows and movies affected by the WGA writer's strike. So this is a list that, if you guys can't see this, I'll read them off. So late night, like all late night shows, the moment this writer's strike went, they went blackout completely, because obviously late night shows are still written. They're not like a reality show, really, where it's just like off the top of their heads banter. There's still a lot of writing that goes into that. So all late night shows went out. Abbott Elementary, which I don't know, either one of you guys ever seen it?
Nope.
Never even heard of it.
Then don't care. Fine, it's gone. AMC shows. When I saw this, it was like, okay, AMC shows. What AMC shows? Well, one of the AMC shows that has now been halted is the spinoff for The Walking Dead. So I don't know if you guys know about the spinoff, but they were
Wait, which one? So this is, we're not talking about furthering Fear of the Walking Dead, correct?
No, we're talking about an actual the I believe it was the Michonne and Rick spinoff.
Oh yes, okay,
Yeah.
I have heard about it. Yeah.
So that got halted, and then on top of that, which the other show is kind of like a whatever, but it's the Anne Rice the Anne Rice series that was going on
The interview with the vampire, stories or whatever.
It was Interview with the Vampire, and then that other one with that other chick, and
Queen of the Dam.
Was it Queen of the Dam?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay, so then it's those two shows that are halted. Then Andor, which when me and David were talking about it, I was like, Andor season 2, whatever.
I'm gonna just shoehorn in real quick. That's probably the one Star Wars series. Don't care.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten around to watching it either. I eventually will. I just no ganas to get into it.
Yeah. I mean, I love the character in Rogue One. He's an amazing actor, but unfortunately, this one is just, you can miss me on that one.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel about it too. And the one thing that kind of does suck is that I read right before, because Andor was kind of a new one added to this list. I read that this next season was going to lead up to days before Andor meets up with what's her name from
With Jen.
Yeah, from Rogue One.
So essentially leading up to Rogue One.
Yeah.
So okay, so that being said, season 2 might be cooler. It might be much more, exciting to watch.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
But for me, because of the whole hype that was built up around Andor when you saw Rogue One, it's kind of like there should be a lot more adventures before Rogue One, because that makes him into this freaking seriously cool character, and he's all bad and all that other stuff,
Yeah, they built him up to be like a Han Solo type character, and then he had no adventures to hear about before this. Or at least Han, we got the Kessel Run, like, oh, what is that? Let's learn about it. And then we got the Kessel Run, and it was like, ugh. This movie
It was
sucks.
just, it was just the Kessel run.
The Kessel run.
The
'Cause it was
Kessel
cheesy.
run. Gilbert, what's going on? Really quick. Hey, yeah, long time no see. We took a little break, restructured things, and here we are. Now we are the true Geek Saga. So,
Yes.
Gilbert, shout out to you there. Moving on to Big Mouth. I wasn't a fan of Big Mouth. Didn't really like it.
I thought it was hilarious personally.
David.
I just never got around to watching it. I have no. I'm neither here nor there on it.
I mean, so on one hand, it's very raunchy toilet humor,
Yep.
but like, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I ate it up. I binged it. I thought it was really funny. I liked Big Mouth.
Well, for me, it was kind of like, all right. I mean, I watched a couple episodes. Yeah, they were funny, but it was just kind of like,
It's very raunchy, though. It's very, very raunchy. But the topics, I mean, it's essentially centers around a group of kids who are, going through puberty. And so it's imagine any and all topics that deal with puberty. It's on the show.
all right.
Yeah.
This next one on the list, I'm kind of sad about, which is Cobra Kai. What?
I was gonna say you skipped Blade, but whatever. I mean,
oh, did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't
All
read
right.
either.
So,
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. David was gonna. I was like, I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
all right.
We know
Moving
you
back
like.
up.
We know you're gonna miss Cobra Kai because you wrote it twice.
Did I?
Oh yeah, you did.
I shifted it. Dude, it was
It's
copy
on
and
the list
paste. I
twice.
shifted it over.
Oh god.
And I also like everything at
Good
the bottom of
Omens.
this list.
Yeah,
is
the
for-
last three are just rewritten.
Yeah, I was supposed to take those out. Anyways, it was a quick throw of this thing out. But Blade. So we did put up some news, and that's kind of why I was also like, I wanted to add this in to this list, which is the Blade movie has got 2 people confirmed that they're being cast, which was oh my god,
Mia Goth.
yeah, Mia
who
Goth.
I didn't see who it was that they said that she's gonna be playing though.
She's going to be playing Lilith Drake, which is Dracula's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and I don't want to say it's confirmed, but it's pretty.
It's almost all but confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to be playing that part. Well, again, pretty solid that she's going to be playing that part, along with you know what, homeboy's name that's supposed to play Blade.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to butcher that
He was
name.
I don't know if you know who he is. He was in Alita, Battle Angel. He was the voice of Uncle Aaron in Into the Spider-Verse. Played the Prowler. I'm looking forward to it, man.
He was in Daredevil as well, wasn't he?
He played a lackey.
He was in
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Yeah, sorry, Luke Cage.
Yeah, he played Cottonmouth.
Defenders. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was kind of looking forward to Blade, and hearing that they're going to actually have Lilith Drake as one of the main villains of the show or the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. Well, they've just put brakes on the whole thing and they're holding it. So that ain't happening for now because of this writer's strike. The next thing, and I was leaning into it, was Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Cobra Kai. I do.
Makes one of us.
Dude, you know what? It's cheesy as hell, but it is a great show. And the 80s reference through the whole thing. I love it.
My only issue that I have with Cobra Kai is they made Johnny out to be this complete like dumbbell. Like, oh, I don't even know how to use the internet.
He is a total lud. He is.
I know, but literally nobody under the age of like 50 doesn't know how to use the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I think they dumbed him down way too much as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. They made the character a little too stupid. But that being said, otherwise, I actually really enjoy Cobra Kai as well.
I didn't make it past the first season. I was like,
dude.
I'm over it.
Dude, they bring back Blake Lively. Blake. And they bring back.
What do you mean bring her back?
They brought her in one show. One of the episodes.
Oh, but the way you said it, I thought you were making it like she was in the original movies, and I was like, she wasn't in any of those movies.
Yeah. Or am I
Blake
mixing
Lively?
up- Not Blake Lively. Sorry, her sister. I'm gonna blow her name. She's a lively. She's a lively one.
Livelier than your thoughts are right now. You're all kinds of scrambled. Look at you.
Yeah. I don't think any of the Lively sisters were in any of the Karate Kid movies.
Yeah, part 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I don't remember it.
goes to show how much of an impression part 3 had on me. I'm
Hey,
sorry, but 1 and 2 were great. Part 3, I forgot.
Robin Lively. That's who it is.
Okay.
Robin Lively. She was in that. And she also came back in I think it was 1 episode or 2 episodes.
Now,
And on top of that, we also got Elizabeth Shue back in there.
yes. Now, see, I thought that's who you were referring to when you said, the Lively sister. And I was like, we're talking about Elizabeth Shue.
No, we also had one of the Livelies. So that's not moving forward for now. Good Omen, which I don't know. Have you guys ever watched Good Omen?
I can't bring myself to it. I don't have time, dude.
Well, that's kind of how it is with me with video games, but yet I have time to watch literally all these shows. That's why I'm like, I know this and I know that, and the movies, and I put myself through so many bad movies, and even David will attest to that when I'm here.
Suffer for your art.
Yes, there we go. See, he understands me. But actually, Good Omen was really good. I really enjoyed the whole first season. They're going to bring back for a second season. And Neil Gaiman, and I saw a quote from him. He said, "Don't worry, Good Omen is finished as far as the script. It's ready to get shot. But in support of the writer's strike, we're not going to be moving forward with the production for right now."
Yeah, just going to hold off until this is settled. Yeah.
So fine, whatever. And then House of the Dragon, which I still haven't watched. Either one of you guys?
No, I mean, for me personally, Game of Thrones was so. Dude, Game of Thrones was amazing. Yes. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. However, that being said, yes, would it be cool to see more of the history of the Targaryen family and whatnot like that? Sure. But I feel like they're just trying to cash in on something as opposed to actually doing the storyline any kind of justice. It seems like a cash grab to me. It's too much fan service.
Yeah, I did watch it.
As we saw with Star Wars, fan service is not a good idea.
That's true. But yeah, I did see it. It's not bad. It was good, well written. Like you said, it's a cash grab. They're playing towards the fans' idea of, the Targaryens are cool. Let's go with their storyline. But my wife really loves the shows, so we watched it together. It was pretty good. I could care less when the next season comes out, though. I'm not here or there about it. But
Gilbert says, "Thank God, thank goodness, no Rings of Power."
Yeah, that's true. I have not actually. Is it Rings of Power on the right there?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, there.
Where'd the picture go?
There we go. I don't know what happened. Yeah,
Rings of Power. I started it. It's pretty good. I just haven't been able to get through it all.
Yeah. I'm still on the fence. I want to really enjoy it because, I mean, I grew up on Tolkien. My mom was a huge, fan of all of his books, and I literally grew up reading the books. And the Silmarillion was amazing. Which, if anybody out there, if you've read, Lord of the Rings, if you read Hobbit, you have to read the Silmarillion. It completes everything. And I was hoping that Rings of Power would, kind of fit into that little niche. So I'm hoping. that it does its justice, but so far I've been let down.
Well, I don't know. We've got one that's saying, "Thank God it's out." So,
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, if it continues the way it looks like it is, yeah, I that's a pass for me. Don't even bother making a second season.
well, this one on this list for me is, I'm like, geez, finally, Saturday Night Live. And
Yeah.
before anybody says anything, I actually loved Saturday Night Live when I was growing up.
We grew up on SNL
It was the good years. It was the really good years.
because we had from the Mike Myers, like that like like mid to late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
We had that span of all of the great skits, some of the best cast members they've ever had on outside of the Belushi era. And now I personally think the Belushi era was great. A lot of people don't see the magic of it, but it is what it is. But yeah, now I'd be lying if I said I watched Saturday Night Live in probably the past 10 years. Because I just, the cast members that they've had on don't do it for me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't seen it in years. I think the last time I saw it, Chris Farley was still on it.
Yeah.
If that tells you anything. And then before that, it was like I would always watch the reruns with Eddie Murphy because I love Eddie Murphy. I'll watch anything that dude does.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
But yeah, it kind of it taught us what comedy was, right? And then you moved on and you followed those dudes on their careers, and most of us met Adam Sandler on SNL, and that's why we followed him throughout all these crazy movies that he's done, no matter how bad some of them are.
Oh God, yeah, Cobbler. Oh, that was such a bad movie.
Literally,
the one where he plays. The one where he plays the brother and the sister. That one is bad.
Oh,
my God! I forgot about that one.
Yeah, with Pacino in it. Oh God, dude.
Oh my God!
I don't know why Pacino would agree to. I'm sure
he wanted to yell at somebody.
Because a man's got to eat it.
That's right. He finally sold all that coke. He ain't got money coming in no more.
So moving on to which okay. So good thing Saturday Night Live gone for now. Sweet. Let's give it a break, and just maybe they'll come back with new writers and something new. But as of right now, yeah, I'm glad. And Gilbert, I don't watch Saturday Night Live at all, but I watch clips. Favorite clips Steven Seagal did the show. That was a long time ago.
That was a while ago. And the reason why those Steven Seagal episodes were so funny is because that dude thought he was the most. He actually went on the record and said, "I'm actually a master of improv."
Yeah, all his movies.
Wow. Yeah.
He improv being an actor the whole time.
Oh yeah. So
yeah. I mean, Jason Sudeikis and Jamie Foxx did one clip that I liked. That was hilarious.
Dude, and we watched
Kenan Thompson's pretty good, but the rest of them, man, I don't know.
They you know what? They've tried too hard to try to recreate that magic that they got from starting with Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, all those original ones that moved on to
the Belushi era,
Yeah, they moved on to movies, and they all did really great movies. Then you moved into the 90s, which most of those guys did really good movies. And then we get into this era, and now they're making really crappy movies.
Yep.
So, but Jason Sudeikis, freaking amazing. Ted Lasso.
Okay, so tangent time.
Thank God.
Yeah, no kidding. But tangent time, like, of any of the cast members from SNL and the most recent, iteration of it, Jason Sudeikis came out as, this kind of slightly awkward, nerdy guy. That was kind of like the character that he played in a lot of his skits and stuff like that. And I mean, he just took everybody by storm with Ted Lasso. Yep. I mean, he's funny. He's actually a damn good actor when it comes to like serious, like emotional content.
Mhm.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like, dude, I was in tears at the end of the season. Like, you
Which
just watch that and you're like, man,
season 2?
yeah,
I mean, because we're in season 3 now, right? No, we're in
yeah. Season three is
going on.
coming up.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, but like just the way Nate suddenly flipped on him, and then the relationship that he had with, with his ex-wife and his son, and he's like starts to slip, and he's like becoming, this basket case, dude. I mean, I felt it. So, yeah, absolutely. Props to Jason Sudeikis for, being a hell of a lot more talented than he had let on when we first, saw him in Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
So ending our list, because obviously these guys have already pointed out that I repeated the list.
This last one stings, though.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, and I don't. David, have you watched it? Because
Nope.
yeah,
I haven't watched it.
I remember that you said
You're missing out. It's so
it's a
good.
great show. It is.
It's such a good show.
I don't know, man. I keep telling myself I'm going to watch. My 15-year-old has seen it all the way through, and I don't know, man. There's no draw to the show for me. It fits in the era of the things that we like. You know what I mean? The music's there, and I hear good things about all the actors, and they're doing good movies on their own. But I just can't sit down and watch it, man. It's not one of the things I sit down and I'm like, oh, I got to watch this.
Yeah, it's hard for you to make it a priority.
Yeah,
and that's understandable, because that's how I was with Game of Thrones. Like, I didn't binge it until long after it was already done.
Have you guys ever seen Altered Carbon on Netflix?
Yes, that was actually the first season was really good.
Yeah,
the second one wasn't bad,
really good.
But I was so sad that they ended it and didn't continue the story. I was like, dude, this show was something cool. You could have kept bringing in new actors like Doctor Who and just kept it going.
Yep, I mean that was the cool thing about it, was that you in Ultra Carbon. Yes, I get it. They brought in a new guy because that's just how the bodies were working and stuff, which is cool. And you could have kept going, but why end it?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We're good.
Hey, Lupe's in here.
Yeah, welcome, Lupe. Really, yeah, you do need to finish Ted Lasso for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't watch either exactly. Gilbert, take just a little advice. Take a chance with it.
It might be, to be honest with you, Gene, it might be harder for. I'm gonna sound like a crotchety old guy, but it might be harder for younger people to get into, because there's nothing for them to relate to.
Gilbert's not young; he's old like us.
Well, how old is he though?
I don't know, Gilbert. How old are you? Let's just throw that out there. You got to be
put it on the screen. Tell the world. All 4 of us on this
chat. If
you're
listening to us, then you've got to be up there with our age, because we're old. And
well, you have to think about it though. We're only a couple years apart, you and I.
Yeah.
But
that's a lie. He's 17. All right, get out of here.
17.
Get out of here.
Reverse those numbers.
17. All right, fine. Well, Gilbert, then you should relate to the kids. Come on.
But I mean, honestly, that being said, like, Eugene and I are 45. Even somebody who's, say, 40, that 5-year gap, there's a lot that happened in that time period that maybe they didn't experience, and so therefore it's harder for them to go, oh yeah, I remember hearing that song when it was on the radio and stuff like that. So that could be why.
Well, I'm 38 and I've kind of fit into that window that you're talking about. Like I said earlier, all those draws are still there for me, because my older cousins are only a couple years older than I am, and they were into all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. I stopped watching things that had to do with horror and like the Stranger Things style things, because they all just got so predictable. And then after I went to school and learned how to do storytelling and the hero's journey and stuff, everything became predictable in scary movies. So not only was I scared of them as a kid, but I can tell where they're going now, and it's like, I don't want to watch this no more.
And this
Yeah,
one,
and that's where sometimes your experiences make you a little bit jaded because you're not because you are intentionally being jaded, but because it's hard for you to disassociate what's going on within the storyline to what you have learned,
Yeah.
Just as an example, I mean, I'm a horrible pet owner. I work in the veterinary field. I've been working in for 20 years. I'm a horrible pet owner because every time I look at an animal, all I can see is, oh, that's got bad skin, that's got bad heart. So it's kind of like it's the same thing. You can't appreciate it for what it is because your brain immediately starts picking it apart.
Yep.
And when you've seen the same tropes over and over again, you start to just be like, why waste my time?
true.
Yep. Sums it up in a nutshell right there.
So, all right, guys, we're gonna move out of this and get out of the geek news. But this is the list of stuff. There was one more thing that wasn't on this list that we found as we were just digging around, which was the Avatar series that was going to be going on to Netflix, the live action.
Yep.
So that's taken a hit, but
Don't care.
not in the way that we think it's taken a hit because it's already been filmed. It's ready to go. They're going to put it up. It's season 2 and 3 that they said that if this writer strike goes on any longer, it may affect how the story is going to change because obviously, Aang is a young kid, and then so is what was the sister and brother and sister? I've already forgot their names.
Katara.
Oh wait,
Sokka.
that Avatar.
Oh,
I
yeah. No, the
thought
last
you were talking about
Airbender.
Avatar, the tall blue people.
Oh no,
No.
not the bestiality
No.
show. It's
Okay. In that case, that's a bummer.
yeah. So because
I thought you were talking about the Avatar, the big blue people, and I was like, yeah,
dude,
forget it.
I wouldn't be able to sit through a whole season of them just jabbing that thing into every single thing that they can go and watching those poor animals'
Sounds
eyes
like
go.
a bunch of soldiers. It's a bunch of young soldiers just jabbing that thing into everything they find.
Everything that they could. What's this? It's round. Let's go for it. All right.
Yeah, no, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's supposed to take place. Is it a retelling of the original events, or are they picking up with 20-year-old Aang?
No, they're supposed to be. It's retelling of the whole story. So they're going to start with him as a kid, and that's
so we're looking
where
at 12, 13, 14-year-old people.
Yeah, they're kids, and that's why they wanted to shoot season 2 and 3 right away, so those growth spurts won't affect too much of the actual filming of these kids.
Right.
And they said that if this writer strike goes on any longer, they're going to have to rewrite the whole thing and put them years later, which could put them in the place of older Aang and older, everybody.
Which is where the animated series that's supposed to pick up with the gang is supposed to take place in that 20-year-old time frame for Aang.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sad that that's going to happen. I'm glad they're going to try to erase that god awful, horrible thing that was written by stinking M. Night Ding Dong.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yep, M. Night Shyamalan.
I am looking forward to the dude from The Mandalorian playing Uncle Iroh though. That looks like a good fit.
Pedro Pascal, yeah.
No. The freaking X-wing pilot that like follows him around and keeps talking to him. Kind of older Asian dude. Yeah, he's gonna play Uncle Iroh.
Yeah.
Looks
dude,
like a good fit.
And if they actually do it, and then they do his song,
leaves from the vine.
Such a sad episode. All right. Let's get out of the geek news. Okay.
Sure.
So we got a lot of work to do on this new format of a show. And yeah, so we are going to have I think we said that the devil told us to do trivia too, right?
I don't remember, dude. I'd have to go back and find that freaking breakthrough.
It wrote a whole breakdown, dude. I'm telling you, Dennis, AI is taking over.
Your life.
Yeah, because I keep asking it more and more, and it's getting to know me.
So
That's
Geek
kind of
Debates,
what it's
Geek
intended
Trivia.
to do.
Yep. Geek Debates, Geek Trivia, Geek Fan Theories, and Top 10 lists. Those are things that we could be talking about over this.
Yeah. So they'll be, be changing up per episode. What we'll be bringing out. The geek news is going to be a mainstay for us, and we're going to be keeping it up each week. You will see at least 2 out of 3, if not all 3, at one time on the show. Because sometimes, whether it's going to be like, David has things to do, he won't be able to be on the show. Dennis, if he's stuck at work, he might not be able to be on the show. If I'm driving home or something like that, but these are the 3 faces you will be seeing throughout. So get used to these 3 faces. Lupe, where are you at? He's went quiet on us. You missed out on us talking about Zelda, which I know he was looking forward to that also.
I think he's still playing Jedi Survivor.
Oh, okay.
Which is fantastic. I can actually talk about it now.
Yeah, my 20-year-old and my 15-year-old are playing that game right now.
Oh, it's so good. It's not the longest storyline, but man, is it well written. So good.
That's what I hear.
I got to still finish
the first one.
Yeah, the first one,
dude. Okay, freaking Jedi Survivor is on the list, plus its predecessor, and now Breath of the Wild plus Tears of the Kingdom are on your list. Yeah. I don't think you have time to watch shows, so be thankful that this strike happened.
All right, whatever, Lupe. Keep playing your Jedi thing. Play it with your lightsaber.
Hell yeah, dude! And that game's fantastic. No, it's absolutely fantastic.
I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for Tears for the new Zelda. It's depressing.
Yeah, of course. If you really do a deep dive on the lore of the Legend of Zelda mythos, it's extremely depressing.
I know, but it's like showing a depressed dad. I'm like,
It's very reminiscent. I don't know, David, if you've ever played the Mass Effect trilogy, but it's very reminiscent of kind of that underlying storyline of just the cycle of life and death, but it's constantly starting over and over again.
Yep.
And
I guess you would have to say that Mass Effect is based off of Legend of Zelda, since it goes back to the NES times.
That's true. That's very true. Although it's harder for people to draw that parallel because Zelda is so it's so convoluted because the games don't from the start, from the original NES through now, they're not in chronological order.
Well, yeah, because technically,
Wind Waker takes place, a different part in the time, and then Skyward Sword is somewhere else, and
Yeah, well, they're also they branch off into 3 different timelines, and Breath of the Wild is supposed to be the culmination of all 3 timelines coming together.
Right.
Dude, I'm a huge nerd. I've been deep diving into Zelda since I don't know.
Well, see,
I couldn't even tell you. Super Nintendo, I guess.
Both you guys can talk all your Destiny stuff too, because this guy started playing Destiny, and this guy down here,
wait, you just started or you have been?
No. I ran through Destiny 2 when we were on deployment in Cuba, and all I had was my laptop. I played through everything that was out up to the end of 2019, and then I took a small break when the Mars stuff came into play. And then I jumped back in the last expansion, and I've been playing Beyond Light since it dropped.
Beyond Light. Okay. Oh, so you haven't gotten into Witch Queen yet, then?
That was right before this.
No, Beyond Light, then Witch Queen. We're right now. We're in.
Sorry, no. I played Witch Queen, and now I'm playing through Light. Whatever the new one is. Lightfall. That's the one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll have to get into that a little bit, since at least in Destiny 1 you know, or Destiny 2 you at least know the storyline there. So yeah, I'll definitely get into a long drawn out conversation about that, because
nerd
there.
But what do you play? What class are you running?
I run all three, but I'm a hunter main.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm Gryffindor.
You play left out, bro, just like you did in baseball.
No, I do pinnacles on all three, but yeah, I'm a hunter main.
Me too. I have other characters. I just don't touch them at all. They're both
Yeah.
sitting at 1600 light score right now.
Yeah, same with I just barely started running my warlock and my titan through the Witch Queen campaign, and dude, even like because they essentially stopped, I mean they cut the power at 1600 for the legendary storyline for that, but
Yep.
it's still hard to get through solo.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I took a break when it went free to play or whatever the transition they made into it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when they everyone starts at the same light level, I was like, dude, I had to grind for the last couple months to get through the storyline, and now
yeah,
everyone starts at whatever the new light level is. Like, get the hell out of here.
yeah.
So I boycotted them for a little bit after that.
Well, I mean, again, that's another.
It's all right if you fall out of screen, you're blurry anyways. Nobody's worried about it.
Exactly.
My big camera.
And I mean that's another rabbit hole to go down in terms of like Bungie's current economy and the way that they're doing the seasons
Yeah.
set up and stuff like that. I mean, I've got some issues there as well, but yeah, one of these days we'll definitely have to sit down and talk about Destiny.
Hell yeah.
Well, all I got to say to that is just
This one
it's
is from my
getting that
one and
time.
only true love.
Oh yeah.
Texas Beach.
All right, that's it, dude. I'm playing Leaves from the Vine, and you're gonna cry before this episode's over. It's gonna happen.
All right, guys. So we're coming up on that time because we said that we can only do at minimum an hour-long episode. Yes, peaches. It's either that or it's gummy bears dancing here or bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I gotta put up with this for 12 hours, guys. Don't get him started.
We just lost like 4 viewers right there.
And we only had 3, so tell me how that works out.
Hey, it's some great stuff, man. Some great stuff.
The songs,
anyway.
yes. You singing them, not so much.
All right, guys. So we are going to probably, you know what? We're going to call it quits at this moment. Because we're at about 52 minutes, so that gives us enough time to put bumpers and all that other stuff. But it was great having everybody on. Gilbert, you're too young to be listening to us. We're going to get you in trouble with your parents or something.
Your mom is going to send us a strongly worded letter.
She's like, what are you teaching my son? Well, ma'am, he's listening to 2 salty veterans and a veterinarian technician all talking about stuff. You're going to get things about things that are going into holes that shouldn't be going into holes and all that other stuff in between all the video game talk and geek talk. So,
excuse me.
I mean, am I wrong?
No. This is very tame for me. I did very well today.
You did.
Oh yeah, you should hear my treatment. You should hear my treatment area during the day. It's like a bunch of sailors in there. About the only people who don't cuss are the doctors.
Well, this was pretty tamed, so it was all right. But guys, it was great having everybody on. Gilbert, Lupe, thanks for jumping in here. Whoever else was on, great. Thanks for being on and watching us on I guess you could say this is our inaugural live stream of the Geek Saga.
Yep.
With all 3 of us, because me and Dennis did do one, and then we were told take it down. And I was like, all right, but this time, we're sticking to
It was just a beta. It was a beta. Don't worry about it.
It was a beta.
Yeah, there you go. It's a beta.
Yeah. So this is it. This is what we're doing. Next week, same time, 7:30 Wednesday. We're going to be sticking to that format. Also start looking at our TikTok and our Instagram and YouTube for new stuff that we're going to be putting up. We're going to put up content. We're going to get back into the box office and movie beat kind of thing, where that's going to be happening sometime during the week. That'll be still like a midweek geek, but the midweek geek is now going to be broken up into smaller segments. That'll be more shorts going up on YouTube, on TikTok, and it'll be one of us or even the Backstage Boys that'll be jumping on and talking about things. So yeah, this is it, guys. I mean, I'm glad you guys were able to come on. Of course, I love my two co-hosts here. They're great. I was,
I'm not saying it back. I'm just gonna let you know.
say it.
You're definitely the Andrew Garfield of the group.
Say it.
Which now stands to question which one's Toby.
That's hard. That's hard. I guess if we go by age, we know where we fall.
Well, see, and you know what? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie, David. You're definitely a handsomer guy than I am, and Toby's pretty goofy looking. So I guess I have to wear that one.
Dude, that is so. I mean, you just went straight on that. But I am.
Man, you said you loved us on live TV.
Hey, I know
podcast,
where you
whatever wanna call it.
sleep. I know where you sleep, and you're just gonna hear, "I love you."
I know where you sleep, and you're gonna hear that too because it's the ghosts.
Hey! Let's not don't put that bad juju on me there.
I'm gonna say, dude. Bring some sage next time.
Cuckoo.
Hey, just so you guys know, we sleep in a barracks, and there's only a few of us that are in there. Our first night that we were in there, or at least my first night, my light was flashing on and off, and then it was just doing weird stuff. It was the weirdest thing.
Cuckoo.
Yes, Lupe. Good night, everybody. So,
Exactly.
you guys, if you guys are looking for more information or more stuff about us, on us, our videos, go to. It's all going to be the Geek Saga, and it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and on Foot Finder. And we're going to be doing an OnlyFans for this, and this will be going to be probably a little bit more spicier. We're going to go with just our uniform tops and our green socks all the way to our knees.
Oh, good. So I don't have to Donald Duck it in my Crocs.
No, that your Donald ducking is going to be just strictly for behind the mask. This is going to be like just uniform.
I don't know, man. Top. I'm not a Red Hot Chili Pepper. I'm not gonna be socking it. Don't care how many fleas you got.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we are ending this show. It was great having you guys on, and we're gonna have to come up. I'm gonna have to ask the devil to see if they give me a cool ending phrase. Actually, it did come up with a really cool phrase, which I had it right here before. I got to hurry up because we're running out of time. Oh, there. Where is it at? Boom. So it said, I saved everything. So listen in and let them take the lead. These veterans turned podcasters, they're all you need. So there you go, guys. We are all.
I feel like that might need some work.
I think we just need someone presenting it better. That's all.
You know what?
Operator error.
I'm going to have a recorded, section of this, and it'll be a lot better. So anyways, all right, guys, with that, we're going to say good night to everybody. Good night. Thanks for joining us. Yes, thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for being on, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Same geek time, same geek channels. So with that,
you're so old.
I know I am. I don't care. So with that, guys, good night. See you guys next week.